afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Senior Airman Richard Lloyd, and I will be your narrator for this ceremony. Today we will recognize the promotion of Senior Master Sergeant Justin Gazda to the rank of Chief Master Sergeant. Attaining the rank of Chief Master Sergeant is the pinnacle of an enlisted airman's career. The rank of Chief Master Sergeant was established by Congress in 1958, and the ceiling was set at 1% of the enlisted force. In December 1959, the Air Force promoted 1,700 airmen to this new grade. These airmen were leaders who possessed unique talents and displayed personal characteristics required to lead Air Force airmen and manage programs. Some Chief Master Sergeants lead the efforts of all enlisted personnel within their unit, while others run major staff functions at higher headquarters level. All Chief Master Sergeants are expected to serve as mentors for company grade and field grade commissioned officers, as well as non-commissioned officers and junior enlisted personnel, and to serve as advisors to unit commanders and senior officers. Today we will add one of our own to the list of Chief Master Sergeants, an individual who has consistently shown the potential for increased responsibility and who possesses the attributes necessary to wear the rank of the highest enlisted grade. After today, he will be known as Chief. The presiding officer for today's ceremony is the Commander, 31st Communications Squadron, Major Sean A. Williams. Please stand for the arrival of the official party, the singing of the Italian and U.S. national anthems, conducted by A1C Melanie Kendall, and an invocation by Chaplain Captain Joshua Flynn.
Route to judge.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er thy ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia sei desta, delemo discipio sancita la testa, dove la vittoria lei porga la chioma che schiava di Roma e Dio la creò. Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia sei desta, delemo discipio sancita la testa, dove la vittoria le porga la chioma che schiava di Roma e Dio la creò. Giocamci a morte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, Italia chiamò. Giocamci a morte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, Italia chiamò.
Good afternoon. Congratulations. Thanks for letting me be here with you. Let us pray. Dear God, we thank you for such a wonderful day as today. We share in the promotion of Senior Master Sergeant Justin Gazda to the rank of Chief Master Sergeant. Only a few rise to this level and position of leadership, and none have done so without diligence, sacrifice, and skill. We thank you, Lord, for his faithful service to our country, for those who have mentored, for those who have sharpened him, and for the countless airmen that he has mentored and shaped. We especially thank you that his family, for his father, Frank, who's here, and his stepmother, Janet, so that they could join us today to share in this momentous occasion. We ask your hand to be with him, Lord, and with all of us here, that we may not only do the hard and challenging things, but to do them well, that we may all overcome our challenges with character and be worthy of the honor of you and our peers. I ask and pray these things in your holy name. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Airman Kendall and Chaplain Flynn. To recognize the importance of today's ceremony, we would like to introduce our distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until all our distinguished guests have been announced. The family of our protege, his father, Frank Gazda, and his spouse, Janet. Representing the commander of 31st Mission Support Group, Lieutenant Colonel Katrina Smith. The senior enlisted leader, 31st Mission Support Group, Chief Master Sergeant Javier Gonzalez. We would also like to welcome all squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, friends, family, and last but not least, the men and women of the 31st Communications Squadron. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome our presiding officer for this ceremony, the commander, 31st Communications Squadron, Major Sean Williams.
Okay. So first off, I want to thank all the commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, and other wyverns for coming out and joining us here. I also like to thank Airman Kendall. Thank you for singing the anthem again. Great job. And learn and do both the anthems. It's awesome. Great job on both. And then Chaplain, thank you for the words and being such a part of the unit for us and helping you support us out here. I'd like to thank all of our 31st CS Cyber Warriors for coming out and joining us to celebrate one of our own. As you know, this is a huge deal, and it's great to see all of you out here in force. I know it's been a busy week, and we have a lot going on, but it's always great to take a bit of time and celebrate the achievements of one of our own folks, rally around it. Most of all, I want to thank Chief Select Gazda's parents, Frank and Janet, for coming out here all the way from Arizona. I don't know if you guys have followed, but travel's not been easy for the last couple months, so coming out here is no small feat, so thank you guys for coming out here, and Frank, thank you for raising a great leader and a great part of our squadron and Air Force. It's a big deal to be able to achieve chief, and we couldn't have done it without your support and development. I asked him what I should say about you, Janet, and he emphatically said that you're awesome, and definitely appreciates you being out here. And then finally, we had driving down from Ramstein, his friends Kyle, Levi, and Jada from previous assignments coming out here and supporting him. So pretty awesome to show. As you go through your career, you don't do it alone, and you pick up friends along the way. And some of them are willing to drive down through bad weather to be able to attend your promotion ceremonies. It shows kind of that bond you have there. So we appreciate all of you joining us for this ceremony. I said that the journey to the highest enlisted rank is not an easy one or something that should be taken for granted. Justin joined up in 2001 and rose up through the ranks mostly in tactical comm units, heavily focused on special operations, especially early on. You look at his SURF and all the assignments he had, it shows in the number of deployments he had. What was 10 deployments over your career? So he's definitely had a wealth of experience out in the field. All of this has helped develop him over the years into the leader that he is. Despite this being a tough ops tempo, he's continuously excelled in every assignment through those 22 years. And he'll tell you that he's made his mistakes as he went through, but I'll talk a little bit more about it later. He's shown that you can grow and learn from your career, and I think that's one of the great strengths with him and what he really brings to the unit, and is an awesome asset to have as a chief. He came to us a couple months back from the 52nd Combat Communications Squadron, where he was already acting as the senior enlisted leader for that, which is a demonstration from them that they had the trust in him, that he's already operating at in a chief level position, and it's not likely that they put him in charge of that position. So with this, Justin's about to become part of the top 1% of our enlisted force due to the years of hard work, personal development, and persistence. Despite the success, a chief cannot let it go to their head and lose sight of what matters, taking care of our people and making sure they're able to accomplish the mission. In the couple of months that I've been able to work with you, I have no reservation that you'll do all of these things. In fact, you're already acting in that capacity with everything but the stripes. You're not afraid to tell your story, how you grew up from different things, said in our first commander's call. Interesting background and story there. But you show that people can grow throughout their career and rise up to top enlisted ranks and learn from experiences, which is incredibly special. He's shown how being held to standards can be a good thing for your life, and he gives the same kind of attention to our airmen. And it's not out of a show of power or or arrogance. He's doing it because he's wanting to make people better, wanting to raise people up to the potential that they could have. He's not afraid to jump into the fray and make things better for the unit either. I mean, he's only been here for a little bit of time, and he's already made substantial changes to probably the most boring job that he'll have to do, the unit manning document. But have great strides in that, things that will impact us in like the nuclear surety inspection coming up soon, that are fixing year-old problems. He's only had 2 months to do it, already making substantial increases to that. He's led multiple professional development sessions to teach our people how to write better and how to understand our personnel systems. And these are only a few of the things he's done over the last couple of months we've been here. For my part as a new commander, it didn't take long for me to know that I can trust him as a confidant, an advisor, and a person that gets the job done. All things that are critical for a commander to have in his senior enlisted leader. I can't tell you how much I value that, and I unequivocally know that you're ready for this. I'm proud to be part of the team and excited to see you promote and gain more capability to take care of our folks. Plus, now I can stop calling you almost chief or chief select or whatever, and finally call you what I think we're all ready to call you, Chief Gazda. So with that, I'll hand over the floor to Chief Gonzalez to walk us through the charge there, and we'll get you pinned on. Thank you guys.
Justin, thanks for inviting me over here to do this honor for you. I'm very happy for you and the rest of the family for coming out here. So far, it's been great, and I do honor this opportunity. So, Chief, be it known to all who see these presents that a Chief Master Sergeant is one who cannot be bought, whose word is their bond, who put character above wealth, who possess opinions and a will, who are larger than the vocations, who will not lose their individuality in a crowd, who do not hesitate to take chances, who will be as honest in small things as in great ones, who will not compromise with wrong, whose ambitions are not confined to their own selfish desires and interests, who will not say they do it because everyone else does it, who are true to their friends for good report and evil report in adversity as well as prosperity, who do not believe that shrewdness, cunning, and hard-headedness are the best qualities for winning success, who are not ashamed or afraid to stand for the truth when it is unpopular, who can say no with emphasis, although all the world is saying yes. Will all Chief Master Sergeants in attendance please stand? Chief Gazda, center stage, please. Chief Gazda, please raise your right hand and respond to the charge we give you today. You are charged to uphold the tradition of military life and continue serving our country with honor. You are charged to support the officers appointed over you, assuring their orders are carried out and that complying with government instructions is the standard. You are charged with setting the highest example both on and off duty and providing guidance and leadership to all personnel, treating them with fairness and dignity. You were charged in every thought and deed to support your fellow chiefs, among whom we place honor, integrity, and trust above all else. In your dealing with your fellow chiefs, your word must be your bond. Do you accept responsibility for your future charge?
I do.
Thank you, Chief Gonzalez. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Gazda's father will now pin the insignia on his blouse.
Make sure it sticks. He's still on stage today. He's still on stage.
Thank you, Mr. Gazda. Ladies and gentlemen, our newest Chief Master Sergeant, Chief Master Sergeant Justin Gazda. Chief, the floor is yours.
Alright, then we got through the hardest part for me. My dad was out there before this started talking about like legalizing child abuse for this occasion. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm still pinching myself about this strike. It's crazy. It seems like last month it was 2001, and my dad's yelling at me to get a job. I'm working at Waffle House, and he didn't that was good enough, so I tried to get into the Army. I said, no, don't be going, go join the Air Force. So I did that, and I'm just going to do my 4 years, and I'm out of here. The Air Force is going to pay for my college. Fast forward 20 years, and last December, I get a line number for chief. But it came with, you can be a chief, but there's one thing that we need you to do. You have to go to Italy. I'm a team player. You see why I pitch myself? Am I going to wake up from this and figure something else out? I'm really happy and honored. I do want to thank the team that put this together. I didn't have to do any of this. Aaron Adams, Shirk, Jacqueline, and Kimberly. Everybody that was involved, thank you for setting this up. All I had to do was go sit in a comfortable chair and listen to people brag about me. Alright, so I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about for this speech, and first off, how do you create a Chief Gazda? And I was thinking about the expression, smart people learn from their mistakes and wise people learn from their mistakes of others. I'm really smart. I've messed up so much through this career that this is kind of weird for me to put this strike on. But I was fortunate, I ran into the right people at the right times, just over and over throughout my career. So I want to particularly name drop 5 people that kind of were the architects of what created the Chief Gazda. And it's retired Master Sergeant Billimore, retired Chief Ani, current Chief in the Space Force, Greg Buthorn, retired Senior Marcel Baba, and then retired Chief Grants. Those guys created me. They shaped my priorities. And so, if you like what I'm doing, they made this. But even more important than those architects that created my leadership style, the teams that I've been able to be a part of, we just work together so well. And I've always looked at my people as my report card, so you wouldn't believe how much harder people work for you if you make them your priority. And I've been fortunate to have some great teams that I've got to work with throughout the years. I don't recommend that you take my same path to get to this strike. I majored hinted around it, but you guys heard it on our opening commander's call. It took Article 15 and going to jail and all kinds of stuff while acting duty. So it cost me my hairline. Look at my dad. He's got a full head of hair. All right. right, so moving forward. Sergeant Washington, I'm going to start using those good parking spots so we keep judging you for not using them. But I didn't want to get accused of like stolen valor or anything like that, so I used the parks further away. But starting tomorrow, I will park closer at the commissary, I promise you. Alright, and then all the chiefs that came out. The chiefs group here, you guys are amazing peers. Everything's been so collaborative. I like working with you guys so much. I can't wait to see what we get done. And finally, for everybody, I said it the day I got a phone number, and I'll keep saying it. I'm going to work very hard every day to prove that the Air Force got this selection right. That's what you guys look forward to. Next up is we're going to sing a song when you can. All right? Cool. Thanks.
Please stand for the pledge.